Hey, I'm mad I got to keep coming back to this topic, but I got to come back to it. Mortgage fraud in Canada. Like, what is it? First of all, some people listening don't completely understand what it is. So let me give you the quick rundown. Mortgage fraud is anything to do with false documents. These are documents created to give a completely wrong idea about income, like where people are trying to show more income so they can get into bigger houses with bigger mortgages. Or it's to do with down payment because some of the down payment is from offshore. Or worse, far worse, is some of the down payment is borrowed and people are actually only qualifying without having to repay the down payment. I mean, it's all these different things that go into mortgage fraud and mainly income. Let's be honest. It's mainly income document fraud. But we have a new one today that I'm going to touch on. First of all, I want to make a big point here. I'm going to talk about a major mortgage fraud discovery today that is nothing to do with Brampton. It's nothing to do with Surrey. You know, I've said for years this stuff about being very community oriented in the discussion of mortgage fraud is not correct. It's not proper. Yeah, there may be some regions that have higher incidence than others. Agreed. But I've seen mortgage fraud from every community, every single community. I tell you the story about the CEO of a big 5 bank getting a call from a task force boss who just raided the offices of several immigration consultants for Eastern European folks who turned up thousands of emails about mortgage fraud. Yeah, because that was a service they offered too. They would get you into the country and they would get you a PR card and then they would get you a mortgage with fake documents. And that went all the way to the CEO of a big bank. And that was not based in Brampton or based in Surrey. That's a bunch of bullshit. Now, again, there's regionality to it. Let's not fight that. But it's everywhere. Mortgage fraud is everywhere. It's every community. Let me give you one that just hit today. Literally yesterday, the report came out. Now, I want to also compliment our regulator in the province of Ontario. The Mortgage Brokerage Regulator is called FSRA, and they are an entirely better regulator than we had originally, that I had for the first 25 years I was in the business. I've been doing this a long, long fucking time, right? So they're doing a great job. I mean, yeah, sure, nothing's perfect. They could do more. They could work faster, but that means you have to have more staff, and that means more staff means more cost, and more cost means more fees. So yeah, it's a happy balance we're trying to strike. Look, here's the key. They're doing serious audits of mortgage brokerages. Serious audits. They brought in some serious, experienced people who know what they're doing to do the audits. They're mounting large-scale audits, and they're going through paperwork, and they're finding fuckery and fraud. So today, one of the largest mortgage brokerages, the largest mortgage brokerage in London, Ontario, one of the largest mortgage brokerages in all of Southern Ontario, has had their principal broker, according to the finding of the regulator, FSRA, suspended, license fully suspended for 1 year, can't do any mortgages, and a lifetime ban on being a principal broker in Ontario. This is huge. And the nature of the fraud that they uncovered is awful and dumb. It's about getting down payments, more down, turning what appears, which is a down payment, which is a second mortgage. So it's the mortgage broker arranging more money to be registered against the house after the bank's first mortgage is registered, and the mortgage broker makes a bunch of money on that. And then in reality, the bank is being defrauded because they didn't really understand that the money wasn't a gift. They're pretending it's to be a gift. It's false documents indicating it's a gift, but in reality, it's not a gift. It's borrowed money, and that's against the rules. Okay. By the way, just having the second mortgage is against the rules, and the mortgage broker absolutely knew this. The principal broker absolutely knows it's against the rules, 100%. So that's an example of it's London, Ontario, with a guy who's been in the mortgage brokerage business forever, okay? Forever. Longer than me. He's older than me, I think. He's old, okay? So, and a big operation. 326 plus agents and brokers and over $2 billion worth of mortgages in 2023. Big operation. And at the heart of it is a principal broker who's doing things entirely the wrong way. Okay. Now, he can appeal it. There is grounds for appeal. He can obviously appeal. But I read the finding today, and that is the finding. That is what the regulator has said specifically happened, and they've ordered the suspensions. And they've ordered a fine of about $110,000. So that's real money. That's serious. Now, a lot of people say, no, Ron, why not criminal? Why not criminal? Well, it's hard to do criminal if there's no loss. There's no losses. There's no money been lost by anybody. Because so far, there's no money lost. That's one of the weirdest things about mortgage fraud is that generally, people pay their mortgages, no matter whether they got over their heads or not. They find a way to pay. Now, why should we hate this? Okay, why do we need to hate mortgage fraud in Canada? We have to hate it because it's so fucking unfair. We turn down people every day for a mortgage because they don't have enough income, because the houses in Canada in many areas are batshit crazy and people can't get a big enough mortgage. There is a fairness issue here that is vital. Fucking vital, okay? Cheating shouldn't get you a mortgage. That's all fucking wrong. Because the people who are honest, and the mortgage brokers who are honest, and there's a lot of them, are getting screwed over by people who are doing wrong things. Fairness is vital. Canada has become known throughout the world as a white-collar crime easy country. I mean, God, we let people go. They don't even spend the night in jail. They just get arrested and we send them home. So, folks, hey, there's a reason mortgage fraud is no fucking good. And it's all about fairness. It's got to stop.